positioning. He doesn't play, cautiously enough. And if you don't do that as Glacius, you're just a prime target. Because if you feed, that's the purpose of a tri lane, feeding, kills to the carry, or just generally get a lot of kills. And if Milkfat or Glacius allows them to do so, then why shouldn't they do it?
Sorry, was watching Wretched Hag just get blown up by Solstier. She even had the haste rune. She couldn't bottle it in time because she was running for her life, but getting blown up. So I guess we would categorize Hammerstorm really as the carry down south, since he probably has the most scalability between all three of those. I mean, Nymphora is only going to get so powerful. Maybe you can throw a Codex on her, but the big potential of her is, of course, that Staff of the Master combined with that teleport, because that will allow her to literally teleport all four teammates of her team with her at whenever she pleases.
Yeah, and that's great tool for map control. And we all know how crucial map control is to, actually win a game. There, we saw that MSI really turned that around once. The first game they really had no map control and they lost. In the second game they put all the effort into map control and they actually won the game. Map control is so crucial. But what I really like is that, as you stated before, Wretched Hag in mid is kind of a surprising pick, but we know that she can outrune race that Soulseer pretty easily due to her blink, and Arachna I think won't have such a hard time against Thunderbringer because she got that hardened Caprice. I mean, she's pretty squishy, but the hardened Caprice is gonna help her a lot just surviving the pure nuking power from that hero, and Wretched Hack just goes down to Soul Stealer again.
Well, down south we had the entire tri lane of DRD as Milkfat confirms himself as a legend. The entire tri lane went down. We had a great pick off there of the Voodoo Jester. Panda tried his best to survive, tried to take out the the Hammer Storm. I was going to say Hellbringer, I'm not too sure why. But he tried to take out the Hammer Storm with him, died in the process, but the two support were able to pick him off, and then picked off that Nymphora as she turned tail, and she is just a little bit of a nymph. And whoa, look at the hit points on Wretched Hag out in the mid. 13 hit points against that Soul Stealer who just drank up all his bottle. That rune is not down south. Actually, it's not even around. It has not respawned. But great points there on the Arachna up top against that Thunderbringer. She's definitely holding her own as it looks like a smackdown goes down against Milkfat, the legend himself. And now Pandemonium is probably going to be in a lot of trouble here as this triple combo recharges, so to speak. And there's the throw, and there's the catch, and there's the pod, which actually is going to pick up the kill there from Robert Lee. Still with me, Luke?
Yeah, just as you said, but what I all the actions going on, just look at Soul Series farm, 300, nearly 350 gold per minute that early on. That is no good news to Milk. I mean, you don't want to get a Soul Steer farmed, and really the only way to stop a Soul Steer is to delay his farm as long as you can, because he will just pick up as soon as he reaches level 7 and can nuke down creep waves incredibly fast. But he's at 350 gold per minute right now, picking up. How many kills has he got already? He's got 2 kills on that Wretched Hack, which really shouldn't happen. 2 Wretched Hack because of that escape mechanism. And that could really turn around. Oh, another smackdown.
Oh, you're a little behind. I'm just passing the 6 minutes 33 second mark. We do have Wretched Hag chasing this Hammer Storm in the river. I'm not too sure she's going to be able to pick that up. Her flash is up. I don't think she's going to chase. She might come back here for support instead, but we do have that invisible Soul Stealer just coming out with his Demon Hands, taking out that Andromeda, but he will be forced back. There is a Hammer Storm there for support. Voodoo Jester went down. Nymphora went down before that, and we did have a double kill up top. Both Panman basically doing a tower dive against that Thunderbringer. She was able to take out the Thunderbringer, but she did die in the process as well. As you said, lots of action going around. 7 to 10. The Legion is down 3 kills at this at this time in the game. We are up to a Hammerstorm level 5 to complement that level 7 Soul Steer, who's just doing great against that farm. The only lane the Legion are winning at this point is the top lane with Panman on that Andromeda. She's up to 28, 29, 11 as I'm watching her. And, I mean, King Raven's only about 16 and 1, so...
Yeah, it's really that Arachna can withstand the power of that the Thunderbringer, which is really just this constant spamming of nukes pretty well with the extra magic ammo that she gets, but also
Okay, Panda goes down there to the concentrated tri-lane fire, but we do have Arachna coming down, showing off her level 7 muscles. There's a lot of negative armor on this team between the Andromeda Aurora and, of course, the Panda Flick. There is, of course, the negative armor counter from that Soulseer, but he's dead right now. Don't tell anyone. But look at Wretched Hager, just getting off those body blocks, keeping this Nymphora in as much range as they can. She will go down, but Hammerstorm is going to be back here with a vengeance. Not too sure he's going to actually be able to get off an attack. There is the vision limitation, of course. Andromeda is a prime target right now, and he does throw the hammer, but he will be backing off. He does not know where everyone is. So that puts us now at 11-11. Team Milk coming back up a little bit on that. Great gank there on the Soulsteer. I do believe he kind of overextended himself into that bottom lane, and everyone was able to clean up on that. So that was really good for them. But we do have Thunderbringer now cleaning up top with a nice little free farm. Coming back a little bit more into the creep game, 22-4. But we still have Panman sitting king at 31-12. Sorry, not even king. We have that Soulsteer sitting at 38-7.
yeah, that's probably it. Then that's what I wanted to say. Ragnar can really, kill Thunderbringer on her own basically when she hits level 6, because Thunderbringer himself, even though he deals a lot of DPS, he's really squishy and he's got no disable to save him. He's got no escape mechanism, and once you get you can go in on him, he falls pretty quickly.
It's very important, of course, for the Soul Steerers to get, some kind of survivability item down the line. Assassin Shroud is a popular one. Not one I agree with, but it's a popular one. The more accepted, generally more accepted one that you see in these games is, of course, that Shrunken Head with the magic immunity. So we do have an offensive ward going down here from ZZ Rick so that we can keep an eye on this tri-lane. It looks like, however, Andromeda is the target right now. Up goes the flick. In comes Thunderbringer, however. This could be devastating, especially for that Panda. Panda's going to try to finish out Nymphora. Not going to work whatsoever. Who got the double tap? It was indeed that Hammerstorm. 2 kills for him. That puts Warden up to 3-2 now for kills, and looks like they will be just fine. There's a lot of healing power in this tri-lane down south, of course, with the Voodoo Jester and the pod coming out from Nymphora. That gives them a lot of power, especially with the teleport from that Thunderbringer. This is why Thunderbringer is banned, ladies and gentlemen, from these games. He can just wreak a lot of havoc after he gets so far ahead of the other tri-lane. I mean, Glacius is just about level 6 now. He is 3 for 4, which is a little weird on a Glacius. But because he keeps getting those, he's 3, 4, 7. So I mean, 10 of the 11 kills he's been part of. 4 of the 14, of course, has been the gang ups from this tri-lane. But again, let's go back to the power of that Thunderbringer. This is why you see him banned, and he's really showing a lot of promise there as he loses that top lane. Really.
Yeah, the Ragnar's doing a very good job. I'm just gonna take a quick look at her farm. 320 gold per minute. That's really good. If DRD don't look out, that can be really terrible, because Arachna is a really good carry, I think, and many people are like, oh, she's not as good and blah blah blah. But she's really good when she gets farmed. And I feel it's the biggest problem with her is that she has no farming abilities at all. So all you can do is just auto attack, which is the problem. And if she can get farmed, then she's very dangerous, as we just see here right now. But Thunderbringer is just going to TP out.
Well, Thunderbringer used the correct method of reacting to that. He knows that his stun is out of the way, the ult is on him. The only thing to do other than die is, of course, carry around stone, homecoming stone. Very useful on that. Does look like Hammerstorm's going to grab a kill here on Glacius. No, he's going to get frozen by Glacius. Haig just will not be able to finish that off. However, and now she's going up here with a great teleport coming in from Arachna. I mean, this is the other part of the Legion team that slows. It comes down to a slow versus stun, grabbing both of them there. Nymphora saving her teammate, but at the same time, we got Andromeda coming, one of the stunners on the Legion side. Not going to get the stun off. Instead, going to use Aurora. Going to swap instead. Really trying to keep him in range, and he will go down. Really no question here, because yeah, there goes the Panda. I was going to say, it's great that you can run into those trees. Take note, ladies and gentlemen, that is how you juke. But, yeah, there was a Panda jumping for his face, so.
Yeah, but that was like I think there was like no hope in hell that Hammerstone was gonna get away. He just ran into the forest and started TPing immediately. I mean, you can try, but I think that Warden was very well aware that the chances of himself getting out were really
Gotta
low.
try. You gotta try.
Yeah, but just coming back to Atralian, I actually really like that because you have very good offensive capabilities with that dual stun combination, which is both, um, AoE, and then you have two heals that are pretty strong. So you have very strong defensive and offensive capabilities, which is just really good. And I think that we should mention him for his skill build now because it's becoming more and more popular. We used to see that she would go for either the stunner or the pod, and then level nymph Grace of the Nymph for the mana. But what I've seen lately is that they level the pod and the stun, and then grab a blood chalice to make up for all the mana. And I think that's really good because you gain so much. You know, you have a stun and a healing ability, and that just gives you in any way great lane presence and makes you a really effective ganker as well.
Well, to build upon that point, as I make sure that Fraps doesn't go down. Looks like up top a little bit of trouble there for Thunderbringer, but Nymph is coming up top with that Voodoo Jester. We do have an Invis Arachna. There goes the Thunderbringer ult, just trying to find... Oh, they found a Arachna with that. Who has the eye? Who has the eye?
Nobody has an eye because Thunderbringer's ult just hits, reveals invisible units, I think, and then you have, of course, Thunderbringer's lightning, blast of lightning, which also reveals for relatively short amount of time in an area, and that was just enough to take that Arachna down. Was really well played there,
Well,
I has to say.
Andromeda did not do enough to take out that Soul Steer. He picked up a kill there. Down south, Warden went down again, 347, almost the same score as Milkfat, the legend. But he is playing that Hammerstorm. He went down to some concentrated fire as well. But yeah, the tri-lane that DRD has running seems like it has a lot of potential. So to build upon that, the Blood Chalice is only really used on the Nymphora. They used to go with the Grace of the Nymph when she used to do a lot of the dual lanes, so partnering with heroes that really needed a lot of mana before the Chalice went through. A great hero that comes to mind, Devour, exactly. Used to be an insane combination. Nymphora with a Devour stun to a hook to an eat, just give him all that mana back, teleport him around, hook through the trees. Used to be really insane. I can really see, that's a little bit of the reason why he might have been banned out of this game, of course. It was DRD that banned that Devour, and they had already picked up, or they had already planned at least, for that Nymphora. It looks like Voodoo Jester not going to get hit by that Pandemonium stun. Hammerstorm coming out of nowhere. Panda's going to go down. A swap and a stun. Let's see if they can get that Voodoo Jester. No problem. That pod going to be fairly useless. That level 2 pod? Level 4 pod. Level 4 pod first, with a little bit of a stun. I mean, they've tweaked Nymphora so many times, it's kind of crazy. It looks like Warden going to go down again. Haig is still alive somehow. That Thunderbringer's going to try to take her out, but that's going to be confusing him with that blink and, of course, the Sonar Scream. That's going to be now Nymphora running for her life. So is the Winged Courier. I don't know what he's doing down there, but I don't really see too much hope in her. And that's a quad kill for everyone except Soul Stealer, who's, I don't know, is he going to come down or is he going to run away?
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, I would run away, to be honest. You can't, I don't think he can take it. He's probably just going for the rune. And it seems that every time we're like, okay, DRD really have the game in their hands now, and then suddenly a quad kill happens for Milk and brings him right back into the game, evening up experience, evening up gold. Yeah, and just, keep staying in that game, and that's important. Just keep that Arachna in the game, get the Arachna farm, have 313 gold per minute. I mean, Panda's not doing too good, but Arachna can really put out some serious hurt if she gets farmed. But, okay, I just lost my thought. I'm very sorry, Jester.
That's okay, Luke. It's all good. We're going to see Hammerstorm get picked on a little bit here. Magic Circle going down on that Arachna. Of course, that is the cursed ground from that Voodoo Jester. Panda coming in. He's down already. That's a Soul Stealer ult. That's going to be at least 2 kills right there, as it looks like the Man of Ice and that Arachna are going to be running for their lives. Andromeda's going to come in here. Kind of bad idea, showing her position, going to get stunned. And now even in the tower range, great swap, however. I still don't really see her getting away from here. Assassin Shroud now completed.